Nairobi is the business centre for Kenya and is the main destination city for most assignees. Nairobi is a very pleasant city with attractive residential compounds and housing. Foreign investment is high and there are a large number of aid organisations and US government agencies anchored in the city. As a result, there is a limited supply of suitable housing and prices have risen considerably over the past few years. Demand outweighs supply, so assignees need to act quickly to secure their selected property. The most popular housing styles are apartments, duplexes, townhouses, and cluster homes, which are standalone homes in the newer gated communities. Gated communities offering high levels of security are most preferred by expats. These properties demand higher prices and service fees. Properties are built on a larger scale, so apartments, townhouses, and cluster homes are quite spacious. Freestanding homes will generally come with nice large gardens. Apart from short-term accommodations, most rentals are unfurnished. Some landlords will negotiate to supply furniture, however quality is not up to Western standards. Singles and couples tend to live in the northwest quadrant of Nairobi. Westlands, Parklands, Spring Valley and Upper Hill are popular. In these areas, apartments and townhouses are most common. Families tend to live just north of the central business district in Runda, Muthaiga, Gigiri and Kitasuri, which are the most popular. Keep in mind that school placements are limited, so it's best to select the school first before deciding where to live. Traffic congestion is a fact of life in Nairobi, so it's advisable to find schools and housing close together. Leases tend to last for 1 to 2 years, and landlords will accept diplomatic clauses with a penalty period of 2 to 3 months. Lease terms tend to favour the landlord, and it's important to add lease improvements to the document prior to signing. To hold the property, a security deposit of 1 month's rent is required. The tenant is expected to pay stamp duty, which is 1.5 of the lease amount. The other costs paid by the tenant include utilities and service charges, which cover security, ground maintenance, backup generators, and the like. A company security briefing for the assignee is recommended, as well as a security inspection of the property. Landlords will allow home security upgrades paid for by the company, and it is important for the company to communicate all security upgrades to the landlord before signing the lease. Another concern in Kenya is the quality of construction. The quality of finishes and installations may not be up to the same standard as in Western countries. Issues such as damp and leaks are often arise during the rental period. The landlord is responsible for these, but do be prepared for a lengthy process as repairs can take time. Upon departure, the tenant is required to return the property to its original condition, so it's very common that painting and redecorating is completed by the tenant before the deposit can be returned. Nairobi has a number of international and private schools. The International School of Kenya, Brook House, Braeburn and Roslyn are highly recommended. International schools follow their home country, school year and curriculum. Long waiting lists are common, so it's important to start the application process as soon as possible. It is also important to be flexible. If your first choice is not available, always have a backup. By Western standards, Nairobi has limited education for children with special needs. If you're thinking of a private school, the academic year begins in September, therefore it may be necessary for a child to move up or down a grade depending on their situation. Foreign nationals are permitted to drive so long as they have a valid driver's license from their home country or a valid international driver's license. Kenya is rushing to improve its existing road infrastructure as well as adding primary roads to relieve congestion. Currently, the main road from the port of Mombasa also goes through the centre of Nairobi, so many large trucks and container vehicles share the road. Road maintenance is poor, potholes are plentiful, and roads are narrow, making driving in Nairobi quite challenging. It is best to hire a driver during your initial months in order to experience and understand Nairobi traffic and driving habits. There are also hundreds of minibuses that serve as taxis. These tend to always be overloaded and these drivers have little regard for the rules of the road. Kenyans are gentle and peace-loving people, but opportunistic crime does exist. Companies should provide a security briefing for their expats. The security briefing should include areas where it is recommended to live, where it is safe to travel, as well as areas to avoid. Visible security is high in public places, hotels and shopping malls. Many of these will have metal detectors and handbag search requirements. Gated communities and secure apartment complexes with alarm systems are recommended. It is standard practice for local security to inspect homes before leasing. Companies will hire vetted car service companies until the expat feels comfortable driving. There are very good health care facilities in Kenya. However, expats and their families should have a full checkup and or vaccinations before leaving the home country. If you've never been to Kenya, it is essential to have a pre-assignment look-see visit to see what it's really like. Take full advantage of the orientation trip to review housing, schools, traffic, quality of life, and what the security concerns will be. Explore the country. Activities range from seaside holidays to game safaris are all within reach and are relatively affordable. A sense of humor and a tolerant attitude will be a great asset in Kenya. Things often don't work as well as they should or as fast as one might like, but eventually everything seems to come together. The best shops, restaurants, nursery schools and domestic help are found by connecting with other expatriate families and social clubs. Websites and links to information are limited. Expats love Kenya for many, many reasons. Kenya has a warm, temperate and generally sunny climate. The coffee, tea, beer are some of the best in the world. Expats can enjoy a relaxed, easy, outgoing lifestyle. Local Kenyans are warm, friendly and willing to help. Nairobi is a blend of many different cultures with high foreign investment. The city is a mix of multiculturalism, which makes living in Kenya a great experience. Living in Kenya and working in Kenya is a unique opportunity for those ready to embrace it. Be informed but open-minded, and your experience will be rewarding and memorable for a lifetime.